that cross that shit again, and then you're like, now it's the issue. Now we gonna do things the physical way, or do the things in the most. And welcome back to I Am Fine with your host TOR. And this is I Am Fine, where we're gonna talk about boundaries today. And I like to state off that I am not a professional. This is just my personal opinion. The idea behind this podcast, once again, is to open up discussion and to let the females know that guys are just not doing fine. But yet, we don't know how to express ourselves. We don't know how to talk about it. So I come up with a couple of topics, and I say my personal opinion, so to help you better understand how guys are thinking nowadays, and how to open up a discussion to figure out how can I help the person that I love so much. It could be your husband, your son, your male cousin, your brother. This is just a lack of a better term, a jumping point. So before we get into that, I like to say go follow, go like, subscribe on the Turd Talk 7151. We can find I Am Fine and Turd Talk under the same umbrella, because I do another podcast called Turd Talk when I'm just having fun with my friends. Guys, talking about life, wherever happens, happens. But this one is basically more about guys' mental health. And sometimes, yes, I'll do it by myself. And sometimes, yes, I'll have somebody else to say their personal opinion about it. But today, I'm doing it by myself. So, but, go follow, Turd Talk 7151 on YouTube. I got my Instagram, Turd Talk 05, where I put clips of all my episodes on it. So if you don't want to watch the whole episode, you can go on my Instagram and just watch, bits and pieces. And I also got a TikTok called, little underscore yum yum, named Tur. And no, I'm not changing the name Little Yum Yum. I love it. I find it hilarious, and I'm going to keep it. So those out the way. So what I want to get into now is boundaries. And why is it so hard for guys to set boundaries? Well, not just guys, but everybody else. Man and female. Well, I personally think it's hard, especially for guys, to set boundaries, because we are taught not to complain. And a lot of guys in the back of our heads, if we set some type of boundaries, we feel like we are complaining about something. It's like saying, no, I am not comfortable with this, when being a guy growing up, you have to be comfortable with everything around you. Everything that you have a problem with, you have to deal with it. So we don't set boundaries. And then when we do set boundaries, it's on a bigger scale. It's that ultimate betrayal, and damn, we don't know how to deal with. We either go extra aggressive or a lot dormant. No, I'm not just gonna talk about this no more. I'm just gonna sit back and whatever happens, happens. I'm just gonna deal with the consequences. And on the other scale, we lose our shit. We start yelling, we start arguing, we start fighting with people that we love, people that we care about, just because somebody crossed that boundary, and we don't know how to deal with that. So before we get into all of that, let's try to think about what is a boundary. What is that thing that people just don't want to cross? And that is a personal decision. That's Everybody got different boundaries. Everybody got different section of their life that they don't want other people to cross. I know me personally growing up, it was the word stupid. I hate when people call me stupid. That was an automatic fight for me. I got to the like, hey, you got to see me outside. And sometimes you don't get that, hey, you got to see me outside. I'm just aggressive. I would just hit you. And the thing is, why I hate being called stupid, why that was the ultimate boundary of somebody not to cross, it was the simple fact that I thought it was true. Deep down inside of me, I always thought I wasn't the smartest person out there, and my biggest fear was to people actually see that. and actually call me out on that. Like, no, you stupid. And that was like the ultimate cut within my. It was the ultimate like that cut deep. That cut real deep because I used to hear from everybody that you grow up supposed to say that, hey, this person love you, this person think about you, they care about you. They want to see you being good, and that person used to call me stupid all the time. So if somebody else would have called me stupid, and you don't have that protection of, okay, yo, I need you in my life, you got the business. And why it was so detrimental for me is, once again, I thought it was true. I was in a program in school called ESC, and that was for kids who just didn't grasp the school thought of how you're supposed to learn. So they put us in a separate class that made us teach things in a simpler way. And to me, not understanding what was going on, I really thought that was another form of, you're just not better than anybody else. You got to make stuff easy, other than you might not prosper at all. So when people used to call me out, when people used to call me stupid, that shit used to really frustrate me. Used to get me so angry, and I didn't at that point in time. I didn't have a good outlet to I go talk to somebody like, hey, you know, I don't like the word stupid, and how can I deal with that? How can I stop being so angry about that? I honestly didn't stop being angry about somebody calling me stupid until I was in my late 20s. So from the age of, I think it really started when I was like 5, 6 years old to the age of 25. I used to hate that word. You don't do that. I used to tell all my girlfriends, everybody I dealt with in life, don't call me stupid. Cause my best friend could have, yeah, he ain't like the word stupid. You call him stupid, it was a fucking fight. And that was just me lashing out saying, listen, bro, you might think low of me, but I'm better than you in physical form. You call me stupid, I'm gonna lay your ass out on the floor. And that's one of the biggest things about God. Once we get that boundary crossed, we go to our primal instinct of saying, yo, I'm still more powerful than you. I'm still more physical than you. So you're gonna have to feel me, you're gonna respect me. And like I said in my previous couple of podcasts before, once God think they're not being respected as a man, you're gonna fear me as one. So that's what happened to me when people used to call me stupid. If you're not gonna respect me as a person, you're gonna fear me as one. And that's one of the biggest obstacles within God's life. Is that we have a boundary. Something that we didn't like. And if you and you're gonna disrespect us, you're gonna fear us. And once you fear us, then we're gonna get that respect. Because once you fear somebody, you're not gonna try him. You're not gonna be like, oh, okay, well, I fear this man, so I'm gonna do what he says. And that's why 9 times out of 10, guys get physical. Guys be like, hey, if you ain't gonna respect me as a man, you're gonna fear me as one. And once you fear me as one, you're gonna respect me. And anything what guys want in life is to have that respect, the people understand it. Yeah, I can't try them. I can't be like that. So, like I said, we're gonna talk about boundaries, and one of my biggest boundaries was being called stupid. So that really put me at a bad place for me to last out. And then as I got older and I started understanding how to properly deal with my emotions, it got me thinking about all my triggers, all my little boundaries, where boundaries are set. And a lot of people boundaries are set for a particular reason because they really feel betrayed by that shit. Not understanding, not being seen. And once we're not being seen, we're gonna act out or close up. So my personal biggest boundary growing up was being called stupid. My personal boundary now is people lying to me. People not being honest with me about how they feel about something. And then when we move on, you get in the middle doing something we both agreed of, yo, we not going to do because You didn't express that self. And that's a boundary I try to set to people, everybody in within a relationship, within who's in my circle. Hey yo, tell me how you feel. You good with this? You not good with this? You okay with this? You not okay with this? If you're not okay with this, let me know so I won't do it again. And people are like, oh, Warren, you just being a lot emotional. You just being emotional. You need to stop being emotional. You need to stop acting how I feel. Why? Because if I figure out how you feel, I figure out your boundary and I can respect your boundary without you feeling disrespected. A lot of people put boundary up to protect themselves, to protect them. And one of the biggest things I personally think, this is me personally, this is Ter personally, right? We don't know how to express that boundary. We don't know how to say, hey, listen, I don't like that. And why is that? Why is it so hard for us to say, hey, I don't like something. Don't do that shit again. The simple fact that a lot of us raised not to complain. And we feel like if we set boundary is a form of complaining. Until somebody crosses us and now you be like, hey, yo, I have every right because I was feeling uncomfortable. But yeah, we never talked about it. We never discussed it. So when somebody crosses our boundary, we automatically go into action or we go to extreme, whatever that extreme is. But a lot of times, if you sit down, especially somebody that you really love and really respect, and be like, hey, listen, man, this is my boundary. I don't want you to cross that shit. I don't want you to violate me in this sort of way. And somebody who's really care about you as a friend, as a lover, as a parent, as a sibling, we're gonna respect that boundary. I remember a few years ago, I came up with a nickname for my younger sister called Boo Boo, and I thought that shit was hilarious. And if you can't tell, especially with the little name, with the name Lil Yum Yum, if I find shit hilarious, I'm gonna keep with it. So I kept calling her Boo Boo, thinking it was funny, until somebody brought it up to me. Was like, she don't really like being called Boo Boo. I'm like, really? I didn't know that. I called her. Hey, you don't like this shit? Like, nah. I feel like, I did escalate. My life done grown so much that little Boo Boo don't fit my description no more. So I really don't like it. Like, oh, okay. Should have said something. I respected that off the rip. Hey, you want to be called something? I'm not gonna call you something. Me personally, I was like, man, could have told me this shit a long time ago when I first started. Hey, okay, it was funny the first 3 times. I'm done with it. It's no longer funny. Okay, cool. I'll stop calling. But like I said, it's the lane of communication. She was afraid to set that boundary for me, feeling like I'm going to take it to the extreme. Oh, she don't like me no more. I can't call her this, so she don't like me no more. She got a problem with me. But me being who I am, I listen. I understood. Man, I ain't gonna. At that time, I really didn't understand because I thought it was just really funny joke, a little cute nickname. I would have ran with it to the day we both died. But I had to understand that she ain't like that. So I understood that. So that's her boundary. And I started calling that. So my whole thing is that discussing with somebody or talking with somebody doesn't mean that that person is going to not like you or to think something else. It's okay to set boundaries for you, especially within a relationship. And me personally, when you dating somebody and you don't set that boundary and that person violate that boundary, it's okay to bring that boundary up. Hey, I ain't like the fact that you did this. And if somebody truly cares about you, they'll be like, okay, you ain't like it? Respect. Let's discuss this. Let's find a good place we both could understand. So we get to a point where we understand. And then we can move on from that. But what is not okay if somebody's cross your boundary and you don't say something and you let that fester and you let that build up until they cross that shit again and then you're like, nah, it's an issue. Now we gonna do things the physical way or do the things in the most negative way possible. And a lot of times when we are lack of talking about boundary. We are a lack of talking about how we truly feel, because sometimes we feel like our feelings don't matter. Our feelings not in consideration. We have to shut up and take it, especially for guys. Guys really feel like our feelings don't mean a goddamn thing nowadays. We are not allowed to be emotional. We are not to be too emotional. And then y'all get mad at us for being less emotional. So we don't know what the fuck to do. So we do what the fuck we want. And y'all gotta deal with that at the end of the day. Is this toxic? Hell yeah. Because the problem is we're not talking about it. The problem is we're not setting the boundaries within each other. I don't like this, you don't like that. I don't like this, you don't like that. Let's find the middle ground. We'll just be quiet and just take things. And just not say anything at all. And the biggest problem behind that is that setting boundaries is hard to say, but we have to find a way to say it. We don't talk about it. And the problem is because we don't talk about it, we don't express ourselves. So if we don't express ourselves, we don't understand. And then once we don't understand, the whole thing gonna fall apart. So we have to set boundaries. We have to talk about it. Even if you're uncomfortable. And no, I'm not saying talk about your boundary with any and everybody that's around you. Not because, Bob is your best friend, you have to set boundaries with Bob. No, I'm wrong. If Bob's your best friend, you can't set boundaries with Bob. Because your co-workers out there and you don't like something. No, I'm wrong again. Because if that's your co-worker and he's violent, you got to say some shit. But you really don't have to have a deep discussion like, this happened to me when I was a child and I don't like it. Can you please not do that? It's just simple, don't try that again. I don't like it. If they don't respect you and they keep trying, then you go to management and shit like that, like, hey, I am uncomfortable with this situation. And the people in management have to deal with that. But that's just my opinion once again. But the thing is, we have to set a boundary. We have to talk about it. You got to let you know, hey, I don't like that joke. That joke offended me. Don't make that joke again. And they got to respect it, especially if they love you. Be like, hey, you know what? Hey, you don't like that joke? I'm not going to say it no more. And at that, we won't have to discuss this. We won't have to discuss this any longer. I understand, I respect you, and we're going to move on from that. So setting boundaries is key. And here's another thing. What is a good boundary to set? Because a lot of the biggest issue within setting boundaries, we don't know what's a boundary. We don't know if, hey, am I being childish? If I'm not understanding the other person, should I set this boundary for myself? Because is it a real big deal? I personally see, like I said, I'm not a counselor. I didn't study for this. This is all my personal opinion, so we can discuss it as a group. Boundary is something that you're just not okay with. Boundary is something that you feel unsafe with or makes you feel a certain way. So a lack of a better term, triggers. It'll trigger you. It'll make you feel, and saying that word will make you go to the extreme. Like I said in the beginning of this podcast, I used to be called stupid. So even to this day, somebody call me stupid, I'm getting triggered. I'm like, bro, what you mean by that? You need to correct yourself. Now, me being the last few years diving into my feelings to understand where that trigger comes from, and I'm trying to make it no longer a trigger, but it is still somewhat of a trigger for me. So the thing is, if somebody called me stupid that I don't know, I'm probably not gonna say nothing. If I seen Tom for the very first time, he called me stupid. All right, cool. Am I gonna say some shit? Pointless. Am I gonna be Tom's friend? Probably not. After the party or whatever, to get together, hey man, you cool, let's hang out. Now I'm good, bruh. You go about your business with that one. Because that was still a trigger for me. And since it's still a trigger for me, anybody that quick to violate that trigger doesn't deserve to be within my circle. And is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I don't think it's a bad thing because you get to choose who you be in your circle. And if somebody quick to hit that trigger word, Are they supposed to be in your circle? That's the whole thing. So we all got triggers. We all got something that we are just not okay with. And with people that truly love you and truly want to be in your life, they're gonna respect that trigger. You, I'm hanging out with somebody for a year or so, or we just became real cool friends, and he just starts saying, "Yo, hey, well, you so fucking stupid," or maybe getting talking to me, "Hey, you a dumb mother." Then I'll like, "Hey, listen, I don't like that. Don't call me that no more." And if they still call me that, now it's an issue. Hey, F you too. I ain't worried about you no more. But if somebody really respects you as a person, you be like, "Hey, listen, don't call me that no more." Now, they might not apologize right then and there, but as the argument subsided and everybody get back, maybe they'll welcome it. Hey, listen, bro. I remember you said, "Hey, you don't like being called stupid, and I call you stupid. I like to apologize. I'll let you know I'll never call you stupid again." That word will not come out my mouth. And that's because that's somebody who truly respects you as a person. Now, people who respect you as a person will respect that boundary. And once you figure out that boundary, you set that boundary. If they love you, they will respect you. And a lot of people will say, "Well, I got a lot of loved one who loves me but won't respect my boundaries." My question is, do they truly love you? Because to me, I don't care who it is. My cousin from California, my cousin from Texas, my cousin that still live in Nicaragua, we all hanging out. We all chilling. I say something they don't like that. "Hey, yo, man, yo, I don't like how you said that. I don't like how you phrased that to me. I want you to stop." And I'm like, me personally, once again, this is me. This is Lil Yum Yum. If you said that, fuck, I lost my train of thought. If you said that you don't like something that I said, I'm going to stop. "Hey, I don't like the way that you call me stupid. You right, cuz. I apologize. Don't worry about that no more. If I slip up and call you stupid a couple more times because we ain't hanged out in forever, and that's kind of me joking around and stuff, you gotta give me a little leeway. Look, okay, bro, you done said that shit again. Hey, watch yourself. Oh, you right. I apologize. But if I say enough and you want to cut me out your life, you cut me out your life. I gotta respect that shit. "Hey, cuz, want to hang out?" "Nah, man, we good." "Okay, then, bro. I validated so much that you no longer feel comfortable around me. Yes, you should set that boundary. Hey, I don't want to be around you no more. Because somebody keep calling me stupid and keep saying, "Hey, you an ignorant F whatever." And keep telling you, "Hey, yo, stop that. I don't like that shit. Stop calling me that." You keep doing it, I'm not going to hang out with you. And you call me stupid enough time, we're going to get the fisticuffs. If I call somebody they don't like enough time and not respect that boundary, they want to fight me, I have to respect that too. Now we're going to fisticuff because I fucking violate. If I keep violating, yes, you have to check somebody. Physical way? Not necessary, but at a way of, "Hey, listen, you don't respect me, I don't respect you. You go about your business, I go about mine." That's it. We don't need to discuss this no longer. So once you set boundaries, you have to set in your back of your mind, you have to put some type of consequences to it. Now, if it have to go to fisticuffs, no. But it have to be something extreme for that person to be like, "Yo, hey, if I want to be in this person's life, I need to correct myself." Now, once you're in a relationship and your biggest takeaway is sex, you feel me? Hey, you keep violating me, I ain't gonna give you no. I think that's fair. The sex is a treat. Yeah, you get to enjoy the physical form, and you keep trying me and keep violating the set boundary with the relationship. I'm taking that joy away. Now you keep violating me enough, I'm getting out the relationship. That had to be said. That had to be said. Yo, stop it. Stop trying me. Hey, I'm gone. Cause I ain't gonna lie, at the end of the day, the one thing that we must protect within our whole existence, other than having kids. If you have kids, your kids is your number one priority. If you don't have kids, you don't have kids. You don't have to worry about that. But our number one thing, or you have kids, number two thing is to keep your sanity, to keep your feelings, is to feel comfortable within the situation. If somebody keep violating the situation and you feel uncomfortable, you have all right to take off. And I don't even care you've been in a 15-year-old marriage. Hey, this nigga keep trying me. I had enough. I need to pack my bags and go. My life gonna be harder, but yo, my sanity is gonna be better. That's why we set boundaries. So our minds could be better. So I don't have to worry about people calling me fucking stupid every 5 minutes. Or somebody doing something that triggers me. That make me feel some type of way. Now my sanity is a lot better, so I'm no longer on edge. I'm no longer uncomfortable. And that's why we set boundaries. So we could protect our sanity. And that was the next topic I kind of jumped into it, but I'm going to get to it again. We set boundaries for a particular reason, to save our sanity, to make ourselves feel comfortable in that situation. Yes, there's sometimes in life we get into a situation that we don't feel comfortable in, and we have to deal with it. But once you get home, that should not be the case. Your home should be your home. I remember a while ago, I was talking to a friend. We all grew up. Me and him having a conversation. No, I'm not going to say his name. And he looked at me. He was like, "Little yum yum." Like, "What up, homie?" He was like, "One thing I never had in my life is a safe zone." I was like, "What you mean? Was your life hectic? You have abusive parents?" He was like, "Nah, I ain't have abusive parents, but in my house, I ain't had no boundaries. I had to deal with everything else. I had to be on my toes. So when I got home, I battled the outside world. I battled the outside world because I have to battle the outside world. And when I came back home, I had to battle my parents. I couldn't be me. I couldn't be fun loving going me. I couldn't be, making jokes, doing whatever I want to. I had to stay on my toes. I had to choose my words carefully." And he was like, "You understand?" So when I got out that situation, I got myself my house. Now the person have kids. He was like, "Man, my kids' household is their safe zone. They could wild out. They could have fun within the safety perimeter. But they don't have to worry about them telling me, hey, Paul, yesterday I was chilling with Tommy, and Tommy had some weed and we smoked it. Oh, you a deadbeat child? I hate you. Get out my house." You're like, "Okay, well, you smoke weed. How that shit make you feel?" "Oh, Paul, you know what? I did not like it. I almost had a panic attack." You're like, "Yeah, we do that." The thing is, when you have a safe zone and you have set boundaries, and once you in your boundary and you in a safe zone, you can talk about stuff because you no longer worry about being triggered. So you start talking about it, and that was the inspiration behind him having a household. He want his kids to understand, hey, listen, whatever happened in the house, we gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna get mad. If you do something bad, yeah, I will punish you. Because you have a thought or you want to express yourself some type of way, I'm not gonna punish you for that. If you want to go ahead and yell and scream and have fun in the house, yeah, that's cool. This is a safe zone. You have your own room to have your little safe zone. Am I going to check room? No, but I am going to hold you up to some type of standard that you have to abide by. Don't bring stuff like that into my house. Don't do this in my house. But yeah, you can express yourself. Hey, Paul, you know, I was trying to think of an example real quick. But basically, it's like once you're in the safe zone, you have your set boundary, and people respect your boundary. You feel like you can open up and have more discussions. And once you have more discussion, you feel safer. And once you feel safer, you can express how you feel. And once you express how you feel, especially as being a young child, then you could better help them manage the situation going on within their life. One of my biggest faults growing up that I never felt safe enough to express my true self. And because of that, I was scared of saying something that I might get in trouble in. And then every time I got in trouble, I kept it a fucking secret. Because knowing, like I said, my trigger word is being called stupid. I didn't want to bring up a situation and getting pull that trigger, being called stupid and making me feel some type of way. Then when I feel some type of way, I'm gonna gain my emotion. I'm damn sure not gonna listen. So majority of my life was like, hey, I'm gonna keep this shit to myself. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'm not gonna express myself. I'm gonna be dead inside. People don't respect my boundaries. I never had a chance to talk about it. I was raised. I was raised of setting up and doing what you have to do. I don't care about your feelings. How you doing in school? Are you passing? You got into trouble in school because what? I was never taught. Now, I'm not saying my parents are bad parents. I was never taught how to express myself in a proper manner. I was never taught to have boundaries. When I came home, I had to be quiet. I had to do the things that I had to do. So I never really saw it out. So I never really expressed myself. And because I never really expressed myself, I never really learned how to put myself in an okay zone. And that is what I'm going through now, trying to put myself in a good zone that I feel like I am comfortable enough to talk. And that's honestly one of the reasons why I started I Am Fine. It's not just for you guys, it's also for me. I express myself. I tell stories. Every topic that I discuss is things that I've personally went through. Trying to learn how to be better. And when I learn about boundaries, I was like, ooh, that's a good thing. I have to set boundaries for people. But the thing is, I don't really know how to go about it. Then how to learn how to go about it. And that's why I bring it up to you guys today. We have to start setting boundaries. We have to put ourselves in a safe zone because we don't put ourselves in a safe zone. We put ourselves in an area that we could adapt. If things go sour, we know how to move the other way. But we never put ourselves in a zone that we feel comfortable, that we don't have to adapt, that this is us. And why is that? Because we're never taught how to put each other in a safe zone. We are never taught to have set boundaries and let people in a healthy way to respect our boundaries. And this is why we got violent. This is why we snap. This is why we yell. And this is why 9 times out of 10, when you're in a relationship with somebody different and you get into an argument, the argument go to the extreme. I've been in plenty of argument with females I'm in a relationship with. I don't went too fucking extreme because I felt violated, but I didn't know how to express myself. I didn't know how to bring it up and hey yo, I just didn't like that. Let's not do that again. What I learned how to do was yell, was be ignorant, was not to listen, was to pout, get mad. Hey, you know what? I'm out. Done. But I really never learned how to talk. I really never learned how to sit down and express myself. Hey, I don't like this for X or Y reason. I don't like this because this makes me feel some type of way. And it's just not okay. I have to learn how to set boundaries so we could feel okay within our life. That we could feel like I don't have to be on edge. I don't have to adapt. I don't have to keep fighting. Because when somebody understands your boundaries, respect your boundaries, you feel a lot more comfortable. You don't feel like, hey, I have to fight with this person. No, this person know my boundary. When I'm dating somebody, I'm with somebody's friend, I know they ain't gonna call me stupid. I got 2 good friends, 3 good friends. Not counting my sister, because my sister's my sister's. I got 3 good friends. And all 3 of them know not to call me stupid. So every time I have a discussion with them and talk about something, I don't worry about if I say something stupid, they're gonna call me out on that. So what end up happening is I feel okay to talk about something, and when I don't know something, I feel okay to say, hey, I don't know this. And then they'll tell me, well, it's because of this or this reason. Because I feel comfortable enough, because they know my boundaries. They know not to call me stupid, because I know how to discuss, hey, don't call me stupid. They were like, okay, I respect that. So now when me and them talking and I don't know something, I feel comfortable enough saying, yo, I don't know it. Because I know they're not going to call me stupid. I know that that's not going to trigger me. And they know if they call me stupid, there will be consequences behind their stupid. That stupidness, and no, I'm not talking about violence, I'm talking about just not being around them no more. And they care about me so much that I don't want that to happen. So they respect my boundaries. Boundaries okay to have. Boundaries okay to protect. And we need to protect our boundaries. You need to put situation up there. Hey, listen, you keep violating, this is what's going to happen. And no, it don't have to be a physical thing. No, I don't have to pop you in the eye. But I have to protect my boundaries. And I personally, not all female, but I personally feel like a lot of females don't know how to respect guys' boundaries. Guys could be like, hey, yo, don't call me a bitch. And the minute they in the argument, you a bitch ass nigga. Hey, don't call me broke. The minute they in the argument, you broke son of a bitch. They go attack you. But if you do the same thing, we the asshole. Girls be like, hey, don't call me a slut. Yo, you know you're a slutty asshole. We the assholes. But if girls say that shit, they just expressing themselves. Don't have to change. Because they are females. And like I said, going back in the beginning of the video, guys all talk to shut up and just deal with it. That's why we don't express our boundaries. That's why we keep quiet. That's why, things escalate to the point where we feel like there's no return. We're getting physical. And this is how we've been raised. And to break out that cycle, females or anybody that in a relationship with that person have to keep letting them know they in a safe place. And how do you keep showing somebody in a safe place? By respecting their boundaries. So when we get into an argument, your first word shouldn't be, you stupid son of a bitch. Because you respect my boundaries. So you call me a stupid son of a bitch, that's going to trigger me. But you love me and respect me so much, you don't want that. But you're still angry and you find another way to express yourself. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about boundaries. And we have to learn and how to express and set boundaries within each other. I think that it'll be a better place. This your boy T.O.R. Tur, aka Lil Yum Yum. Cause I'm so delicious, baby. No, this is Lil Yum Yum, and no, I'm not changing the name. This is I Am Fine. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for following me. I don't know what my next episode is, but Tur Talk will be coming out in the previous one. I have a previous show, Tur Talk, right? Well, I got a special guest that came back out the blue, and we had a good time talking. So if you see this video, like, comment, share. Let me know what you think about it. And let me know how you feel. Let me know if I'm correct about this whole boundary situation. If you feel like am I completely wrong? Well, I'm completely right. And another thing I want to put out there in the world, I am looking for more people to be on my podcast show. I like talking to anybody and everybody. So if you want to be a part of this podcast, just to sit down and talk, to have a fun, or be a part of I Am Fine, or be a part of Terry, please hit my Instagram up. Hit my DMs up. Go to Terry Talk 05 and say, hey, I want to be part of this show. Can we do something? Or I live in Miami. We can meet up in person. We can record real quick. No, I can't give you more likes. No, I can't give you more share. But this is a fun experience. And I love to hear people's side of their stories. So if you want to be a part of it, please let me know. If you don't want to be a part of it and you just want to watch, that's fine too. I respect. And thank you so much for watching my videos, liking. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, thank you so very much. And if you are subscribed in my YouTube video, please go to Turd Talk 05 on my Instagram. Hit my DMs up. Because for some reason, I don't know how, I can't see who subscribed to me. But let me know that you subscribe to me, so if I do get big enough to be on the Patreon and do a little thing, maybe I could do something special for you guys. You know, the first, like, hey, I got enough followers, I can be on Patreon, but I'm giving giveaway prizes. You know, or maybe set something up for you. But let me know. You know, this is just an idea bouncing back and forth in my head, trying to make the podcast bigger and better. I'm working hard at it. I'm working on my editing. I've been doing bits and clips of all my podcast shows. Some new ones coming up, some old ones from back in the days. I'm gonna pull them up, put little clips and pieces on my Instagram, TikTok. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know, hey yo, that one was good. Like, nah, I really ain't feeling that particular video. You know, I'm trying to better my editing skills. So please let me know. This is your boy T.O.R. Tur, aka Lil Yum Yum. And no, I'm not changing the name. This is I Am Fine. We need boundaries. That's what I'm going to call the show. We need boundaries. Have an awesome day.